Now, another exercise that I've been starting to do and that I find actually quite nice is stretching the lower back and like the butt muscles, if you want to call them that. Now, it's probably best to have trousers that are a bit loose or just wear shorts. But how this works is, right, without having to need anything, like you don't need a yoga mattress for this. Nobody needs a yoga mattress. A yoga mattress is a product that restricts the space that you have available for your exercises, which means that a yoga mattress is really stupid because you want to have space. So the way this works is, and now I have to actually think about it. Oh yeah. You put your leg like this. This is your right leg. And this may take a while until you get there. And then you lean forward. And you use the weight of your body to stretch. Now where I feel the stretch is my right butt cheek. Because we sit a lot, these muscles are often quite tight. Now this is also stretching on the left side, which is weird. But I can feel it stretching, and that is often the source of lower back pain. That these muscles are too tight and then they're pulling your back into an arch, I believe, right? It's just like, that's how I see it. And you can actually relax into this, but also here, watch out, because this is also stretching my knee now. I can feel it. And sometimes I can adjust my position if I do like this. I place my hand here now, and this one here, and I use this to just push myself a little bit to the left, and then the stretch in my right butt cheek, or my rear muscles, gets a little bit harder, and now I feel that energy is starting to flow back into my foot. Now this is a very intense feeling at times, especially in the beginning, because it feels like energy is like sizzling, it's like bristling almost. It's like a pulsating, a kind of a rush of something. I sometimes had it that it started to feel like very overwhelming. But it's normal, and it actually feels quite nice. So this is what I'm feeling now. Of course, what makes it a little bit less relaxing is the feeling that this video might be too long, but actually right now I feel like I don't really have to bother. So I don't set a time for this. It's not about setting timers, because people are always about timers. Also, if you have a smartwatch, just take it, put it into a drawer, and never look at it again. Right? Just take it right now, put it into a drawer, never look at it again, and delete the health app you have on your phone, right? This is what I say, because these things just turn you into complete control freaks that keep you hooked on your phone, because you constantly have to check what your pulse is, what your heart rate is, what your step count is. I mean, it shouldn't be about walking 10,000 steps. There are days where I'd rather walk only 100 steps, because sometimes I just need a lot of rest. And I don't have to see a number for my heart rate. I can just feel how I feel. And if I cannot relax into such a position without worrying about the time or worrying about if I'm doing it right, then there are probably some things that I still have to learn. And that is to simply use the moments where I do these exercises to do nothing else. To take my phone, put it on Do Not Disturb, put it away, put it in a cloth in your closet, and try to forget about it for some time. Just try to forget about it and do other things. That's how I'm trying to do it, and it works. Sometimes I forget that my phone even exists. Now this is, I find, a very good exercise. So some people, they have really cold feet. This heats up my foot. Yeah. So you can wear socks for the rest of your life. Now my right foot is warmer than my left. And I'm just going to do this for my left side also, which means I'm going to be like this. And so you lean a little bit over and you just have to find out, because your body might be different, how you have to do this. So I'm not really reading how people do it, I'm just looking at sometimes what other people do. I don't really listen to their explanations. I just look at what they do and then I'm trying to imitate it. And then I'm figuring out how it feels good for me. Because I always have my own way of doing things. And that I find quite important. Now this, of course, is stretching my left here, underside. And what I often also find is that left and right side are a little bit different, because we are all more or less unbalanced. Left side is more the feminine, right side is more the masculine. So it depends on where you stand. You know, it's also important to always do both sides. So if you have pain on your right side, it's good still you do both sides. Even if you don't feel like, now I just adjusted my, you see, I also make this comfortable for myself. So that I can get, right now I take my right arm, I press it against my leg, and that helps me to stretch more to the right side and to simply hold the position without a lot of effort. So I'm making this as easy as I can for myself. And now I feel a tingling sensation in my left foot. And this means the energy is starting to flow into my legs again. And this is what I mean with squats are really important. But to me, it's not the only thing. And sometimes I'm really wondering whether people, right, like African tribes, do they do yoga? Because, like, this is something you get from India. Do they stretch? I've never heard anyone talk about this. I mean, you hear about that they're squatting, and they're running, and that they're walking a lot. And they have these jumping rituals, but I never hear about that they do any kind of stretching. Maybe this is something to look into. So if you're interested in this, right, you could look up stretching in African tribes or in rural and indigenous communities. And if you want, you can write an article and you can send it to me at mail@christopher-reusch.com, And I will use this information to talk about it, and I will name you. Also, of course, and say, hey, he sent me this information. I may use your information to also look a bit further into this, but I just like to work together. Because why should I do all the work? Right? This is like, we have to work together, and if you have information on this, feel free to let me know. So maybe it's also personal experiences that you have from traveling or something. Yeah. But also, there's no use in lying. Because I will confirm what you're sending me. I will look up these things. I'm just saying, right? Because there's people that might send me something and then just want to have the credit. But I won't do that. Unless I feel good about doing it. So just because you send me something doesn't mean I'm going to use it. Just saying, right? Okay, now I feel the tingling is getting less. And I feel like my body can actually move a bit further. And if it's like squeezing out something, right? It's like, this for me is one very good exercise. I still haven't had it. But it does feel better on my lower back. That much I can say.